Hey guys, what's up? My name is Mohamed Abdalla. I'm a junior chemical engineer here at Texas Tech University, and I'm from Sudan.
I'm Chili, and I'm a first year PhD student in our department, and I'm from China.
I'm Sourav Barman. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm finishing up my second year PhD in mechanical engineering department.
Cool. Since we've introduced ourselves, let's talk about what our presentation is about today. We're here to give you guys an introduction on what the glass transition temperature is and what it's about.
And we'll take a detailed look of how nanotechnology affects the life of people and some specific aspect of like medical and mechanics.
And we also are going to look at the effect of glass transition temperature in nanoscale confinement like polymer, ultra-thin film, nanocomposites, etc.
Whoa there, snooping on me with the camera, I see. I was getting a little snack, however, whatever time it is in the morning, to barely speak coherently. But hey, for our next scene, Chi's gonna help me out with a little bit of my basketball routine. It's gonna be a weird day on the court. I'm not usually hitting my shots, but he's gonna come in with a nice scientific explanation as to why that's gonna happen. He's gonna help me fix it. So hopefully we can put science and sports together. Do you think this has a TG? Low or high? Take a guess. Hope they taste good at least. A disgruntled Mohamed is approached by Chi. Chi's asking him what's wrong, and Mohamed's explaining a situation that he just can't score a shot. He doesn't know what's going on today. He thinks it might have something to do with the inclement weather at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So he's consulting Chi for a scientific explanation. Chi, as usual, comes up with the perfect explanation for why Mohamed's shots aren't going down off the backboard. Chi begins a scientific explanation to Mohamed. As he points to the backboard, he explains that the backboard is made of a polymer called PMMA. Today just so happens to be the day that the temperature outside, or the temperature where the court is located at, is greater than the glass transition temperature of the PMMA, leaving it in a more soft and viscous state than it normally would be. This soft and viscous state is what's causing the ball to take the wrong bounces as Mohamed shoots it off the backboard. Mohamed is fascinated by this idea and is wondering what kind of fix we could have for it. Mohamed is delighted to know that there is a simple fix for this problem. Chi is informing Mohamed that all he has to do is use his kung fu powers to lower the temperature of the environment or the temperature at the basketball court to accommodate that of the TG of the PMMA. Chi begins his kung fu trance. He's applying his powers. He's applying his powers. Mohamed tests out Chi's fix, and he finds out to his delight that it works. The ambient temperature that was dropped below the TG of the PMMA has now caused the backboard to become more rigid and solid, allowing Mohamed to get the adequate bounce that he needs off the backboard to get the ball in the hoop. Solid day's work for Chi and Mohamed. Mohamed is ecstatic and delighted to know that he can finally score his shots all over again. But wait, while Mohamed was observing Chi's magical endeavor, he noticed something very, very new and different about his shoes. He has a discovery that he wants to show Chi. Get ready, let's see what happened. Mohamed discovered that upon application of Chi's magic, the polymer in his shoes became softer and more viscous as well, allowing him to get more bounce off his jump. He finds a new technique to score by jumping and hanging on the rim and then being fed the ball by whoever's under it. But Chi tells him that's wrong and he can't do it.
Alright, enough for fun. Let's come to our coursework. Glass transition is an important stage for polymer. Usually at temperatures about the glass transition temperature, as the graph shows, a non-crystalline polymer material behaves rubbery, or like a viscous fluid. Depending on the molecular weight and how much the temperature exceeds the glass transition temperature. Below the glass transition temperature, as circled in the graph, A bulk polymer is described as a glass that is more or less brittle, depending on the structural complexity and how much it is cooled down. Let me give you another real-life example. I think everyone is familiar with this, right? Uh, yeah, it's our childhood sweet memory. Just for the record, actually, the bubble inflation method is still one of the best methods in polymer viscoelastic studies. However, what if this happens? Hmm, great. In fact, the sticky gum has a lot to do with glass transition. When you're enjoying the gum in your mouth, the low TG gum has already went through glass transition, went into a sticky rubbery state, making your fingers hard to apart. So, what do you want to do now? Hmm. Alright, my suggestion is putting your hands into the fridge for like several days, then the gum would be easy to take out. So does your hand. So good luck.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Long night as usual, engineering stuff, you know how it goes. So, for our next scene, we got a lovely little poem on nanotechnology. Science, the world of science, is having a little quarrel with itself on whether nanotechnology is good or bad. So, stay tuned and join us. Nanoscale, nanoscale. Many had tried and many had failed. Then one day a fine man came to say, there's plenty of room at the bottom, yea or nay. 1974, what a galore. Taniguchi used you as I heard through the conference door. Then it happened, 1981, I witnessed greatness. Binnig and Roher made you famous. Well, kinda sorta. We're not there yet. AFM made things possible, so we won't fret. So possible it was right that in 1989 the world could see 10 to the minus 9. It all started coming together. Nobel Prize after Nobel Prize. Win after win. Fullerenes, carbon nanotubes, colloids. One thing we couldn't do was to really avoid. Overwhelming support, even from the lowly at the top, Clinton and Bush. No room to retort. What could go wrong? Right? We'll know by the end of this song. Well, we might. For there were many who objected, many who rejected. To me, you are among the accepted. The second millennium brought no joy from joy. Could he be right? Will you be the cause of a big fight? Crichton said pray. So should they have to pray? The same people who found me and you, what could they possibly say? Their creations and inventions, going against them, findings and discoveries, will require ultimate recovery. Are they scared because they don't understand? Can what they not know not hurt them? For all they know, they can't see you, so how can they trust you? The knowledgeable are afraid to be right or wrong. The oblivious just move along. The computer used to require a large mass, landmass that is, but because of you it can fit in the palm of a hand. So much good has already been done. Would be a crime to turn around now and run. Medicine, industry, green sustainability, energy. But no good deed goes unpunished. Damage has been done. Ask the rheologists about their TG runs. Or ask the man who can't support his wife. What on earth happened to his life? Borderline human extinction. Between your emergence and murder, is there a real distinction? Oh, but what can we do at this time? For I could be wrong and I could be right. What do we really know about 10 to the minus 9? Oh, hey, it's you again. Well, I guess you're back for some more science. Our next scene, what we're gonna have is we're gonna do a little simulation slash experiment slash fight on the importance of nanofillers in materials for reinforcement, mechanical reinforcement, that is. So it may not be Tyson and Holyfield, but it sure is gonna be pretty funny. So come on, let's watch the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to tonight's material main event. In the left corner, we have the material making his way to the ring. With the weight of Avogadro and the strength of many, many Pascals to spare, the material looks to make a long run. In the opposite corner, we have the wear and tear machine, also known as fatigue, known to be the cause of many materials being taken out of use. Fatigue aims to use his destructive abilities to cause fracture left and right. Let's see what this bout has to offer. Here we go. Fatigue makes his way to the material. Lands him one right to the center. Oh man, the material is down. Look at Fatigue celebrating his victory. The material is down and out and can no longer compete. What a shame. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Material main event. Tonight's bout is between Material and Fatigue once again. You may have witnessed last time that the Material was not able to handle the force of the Fatigue and took Fracture right to the middle. So let's begin the introduction. In the left corner, we have the Material once again. Wait, he's come back with a new look. Is that what I think it is? He's come back as a Material with nanofiller reinforcements. He looks like he can handle the wear and tear of anything now. In the right corner, we have Fatigue, once again looking to put a Material out of operation. Look at him showing off his championship belt. He thinks he's unstoppable with his 20 megapascals. Here we go. Fatigue tries to fracture the Material once again. Wait a minute. The Material is holding his ground. Fatigue can't believe it. The Material takes his shot. He takes him out. Fatigue can't fracture the Material. Following me to the bathroom now? Don't you think that's a little too much to want to learn about glass transitions and polymer physics? Whatever. Anyway, speaking of bathroom and hygiene for that matter, our next scene is going to be about how nanotechnology affects medicine. So we're going to be acting a scene where Sourav has to go to the doctor for some illness, and the doctor's going to inject him with some medicine. Find out what it is. Stay tuned and come watch.
Hello, how are you doing, Dr. Abdalla?
Hello, Mr. Sourav Barman. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing really, really bad.
Oh, what's going on?
I am in a lot of pain.
A lot of pain?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the deal?
I don't know. Maybe from the food. It is the pain is all over my body.
Man, that sucks.
It's like everywhere.
Well, I think I got the solution just for you then.
Oh! What did you do? Oh my goodness!
Well, I injected you with nanoparticles.
Oh really? It feels good actually.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to. Well, you see, nowadays what we've been doing with technology, nanotechnology in particular, is we've been revolutionizing the way we work around in the medical industry.
Oh.
So, kind of like what we're doing with stem cell research and with DNA and nanorobotics.
Oh, amazing!
We've kind of, figured out a new way to deliver antibiotics to a human being without making them take all the pills and all that extra stuff that people don't want to do. So what I just did was, I injected you with polyethylene glycol nanoparticles in solution that are housing antibiotics that are going to help cure you from your infection and rid you from all your pain.
Oh, that is great!
That's great, isn't it, huh?
Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much.
No problem, sir. All right, have a great day.
Thank you.
How's everybody out here come out here like a nut? Alright, it's you again. Well, I'm guessing you're here for some more science, polymer physics for that matter. Pretty cool, huh? I got this book from the library. I didn't even know Dr. McKenna was one of the authors in it. It's pretty neat. But anyway, to the point. So, our last and hopefully not least scene is we're going to have Chi talk to a disgruntled detention student about glass transition at the nano scale. Hopefully the student learns something, just like you guys during this. Stay tuned, let's watch it. Man, this detention stuff sucks. They're making me go to detention because I'm not good at physics. I'm not doing well in physics. So they're gonna make me go to detention and take notes on more physics and learn more physics? Why are they even trying to torture me like this? I mean, it's not even like basic physics. It's just some stuff about like whatever they're called, and moving temperatures and glasses and God knows what. I don't even know. Whatever, let's just get this over with. It better not be about my mom's vase anyway. So,
Good. How are you?
alright, okay. So I'm about to cut the crap right here. I really want to get this over with. I don't want to be here any longer than I need to. I'll ask some questions and hopefully you can give me some answers. Alright, so glass transition at the nanoscale. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, of course I can tell you a lot if you want to know. So first I want to know, what would you want to know first?
Well, I guess basically, what is the glass transition?
Well, start from the definition. In a macroscopic level, glass transition is a reversible transition in amorphous materials, for example, most of the polymers, from a hard and a relative brittle state into a rubber-like state. Usually, glass transition can determine many properties and like mechanical and other things. But however, things can be very different in nanometer scale. For example, like, do you know Dr. Simon?
Is that from the game Simon Says?
Simon? No. You're not kidding me, right? Dr. Cindy Simon. She's a great professor in our department. Dr. Simon does researches on the glass transition on the nanoscale. In particular, she has done work on the ultra-thin films and the nano-confined materials, like this graph, taken from her work. We can see that with the increase of the film thickness, the glass transition temperature of the single polystyrene ultra-thin film was found to greatly increase at first, then went to a steady state around 0 degrees Celsius. Also, different solvent can make a difference on the Tg change. Apart from Dr. Simon, Dr. McKenna also has some information on this.
McKenna. Is that a burger or something?
Burger?
Dude, you're honestly speaking a foreign language to me, man.
No, what? How can you think of burgers? I'm speaking English.
Well, never mind. So what can you tell me about McKenna and Simon's work on this glass stuff then?
Jackson and McKenna make discoveries in the early 1990s regarding the depression of the Tg in the nanopore confinement, with the decreasing of nanopore diameter. This graph shows this nearly linear relationship between Tg and 1 over the pore diameter. Also, Jackson and McKenna found the Tg of materials fluctuated at the nanoscale in comparison to their generally stable macroscale Tg.
Wait, so let me get this straight. Dr. McKenna and one of the Jackson 5, they were able to discover that TG is not all that simple at the nanoscale?
Jackson 5? Are you still with me? Yeah, sure. That's what we came down to.
Oh, okay. But then wait a minute. I thought materials were materials. How do we get different numbers if the material's the same, but just because the size changes?
It's a very good question, actually. Let me give you an example. I'm not sure whether this example is that good, but I can make you understand the difference between macro scale and micro scale. So, for example, like if you have a single wood stick, it'll be very easy if you break it into half. But if you have a bunch of sticks, would that be easy if you break them into half?
No, actually.
No, yeah. So you got it. That's the difference between the macro scale and micro scale. Right? Yeah. So if we come down to the glass transition, now we have many models and theories like Gibbs DiMarzio, the KHR model, the free volume model. Those models accurately describe macro-scale TG calculations and findings. However, they don't fit very well in the findings of the nanoscale, probably because maybe we don't know everything about the glass transition yet.
So, if none of this really adds up, why do people even spend their time on it? I mean, it sounds like a dead end to me.
No, I don't think so, because the reason is, it is a controversial matter. if there is a true mathematical and scientific relationship, between why they have different TG measurements and the nanoscale and the macro scale, it can tell us about the properties of the material that extend beyond the TG and in turn can help us industrially. For example, in the micro and nano electrons industry, the alternative, that example, the alternative theory is that there is no relationship, but the reason we are finding this fluctuation is because of the method of making the polymer, from the origin.
Man, that's a little too much physics for somebody like me.
Well, yeah, it isn't easy. People have only been looking at glass transition theories for a relatively short time. And when it comes to nanoscale, it's even shorter. So understandable.
Wow. Interesting. Oh. Cool. Classes, nanoscales, transitions. Pretty interesting. Sounds pretty complex. Well then, I guess this is still detention, man. I don't really want to be here. So, I'll probably get going now. But hey, what's your name?
My name is Qi.
Chi?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, nice to
It's
meet you.
nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Definitely.
I hope I can help today.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't bad at all. Nanoscale, glass transition.
Now, I want to have a further discussion about the TG in recent researches. With the nano confinement, Dr. McKenna and Dr. Forrest respectively found the depression in TG in nanopore and nano ultra-thin films. Here are the two graphs showing these results. You can see that the depression is pretty obvious. These results really gave us more insights into the glass transition, especially in
Maybe I'm
nanometer.
not that bad at physics at all. Maybe I should need to work harder, take a better look in the mirror when learning about physics. Yeah. Let's give that a shot. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and watching throughout all our scenes and horrible acting. We hope you learned a thing or two today about the glass transition, nanotechnology, and how the two interrelate to each other. So, for myself, Mohamed Abdalla, this is Chi Lee, and our good man Sourav Barman is taking the video of all of you. We're going to leave you guys with some funny bloopers to hopefully enjoy. Thank you, and once again, hope you learned a thing or two about glass transition and nanoscale.
That is great.
Oh, that was very quick. Is everything all right now?
Yes, now I'm
All
feeling
right.
like a horse.
All right, that's great. Kind of like, well, what we're doing with stem cell research, revolutionizing just how nanotechnology is going to be affecting the medicine world. So we've done this. Oh, fuck! I fucking killed it. That's so bad.
That was awesome. That was not bad.
Yeah, man. I need a script to rehearse from.
Yeah.
Man, you can't hit a shot today, man. I don't know what's going on.
Actually, just talking for
Wow. Okay, cool. So how can we fix this?
I think I might help you with my Chinese notebook.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool, give it a shot.
Okay. Stand for the time. Okay, take the shot now.